Russell did say many have been asking if he will now naturally transition into toddler dance, but his son Charlie is only 15 months old, and he also mentioned that he's worried toddler dance might involve, quote, a little bit more chaos. Hard to argue. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Doesn't that story just make you want to dance? Well, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the death toll on Washington roads is climbing, what Trooper Chris Thorson says is one of the biggest reasons law enforcement is seeing the rise. And the Grant County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened late last night. What we know so far. And fire officials tell us more details on house fires in Kennewick they battled back to back. This as another flare-up happens at the Lineage Warehouse near Findlay. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Will these fires affect air quality? We'll let you know. She'll let you know. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 6 a.m. on Tuesday, May 14th. We'll check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what are we seeing now as we're just waking up or maybe heading out the door?
It's a little bit on the chilly side, Jessica, not quite as mild as yesterday morning, so we definitely need that light jacket before heading out, but we're going to see plenty of sunshine. Grab the shades as well. It's going to end up being a beautiful day, but if you're just waking up, if you need to get the dog out for a walk before you head to work, temperatures are in the 40s and 50s, so prepare for that. 54 in Walla Walla, 52 in Tri-Cities, as we expected that number to drop, and it did. 46 in Hermiston, 47 Prosser, and 46 degrees in Yakima. Our winds have definitely come down since yesterday. Yesterday was a breezy and windy day for some locations, especially across the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Now those wind speeds are much lighter, and it's not going to be nearly as breezy as it was yesterday. If you're heading out to lunch today, it's going to be pretty nice. If you're going out to eat, maybe you want to sit outdoors. 76 degrees at noon, high temperatures in the lower 80s, so we're looking at a pretty nice evening as well. But we continue to heat things up. We'll let you know when we could hit 90 and if the smoke from the Canadian wildfires will impact us here in the Tri-Cities and Columbia Basin coming up in a bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And we go to your top headlines now. The Grant County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened last night. Authorities say a report of the shooting came in after 7:30 p.m. They say a person was shot at a home on the 16,000 block of Stratford Road, just north of Moses Lake. They say the person, despite having life-threatening injuries, was able to get in a car and drive away from the home. First responders met them on Road 10 and took the injured person to the hospital, and their current condition is not known. Authorities say one person was arrested at the home, and they say more information will come this morning. In a follow-up, the fire that continues to smolder at the Lineage Cold Storage Warehouse has flared up again, sending fire crews over there to monitor it overnight and into this morning. The flames were spotted around 9:30 last night, and crews with Walla Walla County Fire District 5 responded with a water tender to help put as much water as possible on the fire. Crews worked to put out the hot spots that they could reach without compromising safety. Fire officials say the once frozen vegetables have thawed and are drying out, creating more fuel for the smoldering fire. Also, we're learning more information about multiple house fires that broke out over the weekend in Kennewick. Our very own Austin Reed tells us about a special message from Kennewick Fire when it comes to downed power lines.
On Sunday night around 6 p.m., fire crews responded to the 2500 block of West Clearwater for a reported detached garage on fire. One 911 caller even said they heard explosions inside.
Thankfully confined to just the garage, didn't impact the home.
As firefighters began deploying hose lines around the house to that detached garage, they discovered that a power line had fallen across the backyard. Because this energized power line was blocking access to the garage, Benton PUD was requested, and they quickly de-energized the power line. No one was hurt.
It looks like there was someone burning weeds in the backyard. We're not sure that fire, that the burning of the weeds caused the fire, but it is possible that it was a factor that contributed to it.
Another fire broke out shortly after the Clearwater blaze. KFD says they were called to this vehicle fire in front of a house on 2nd Street. Several parked cars were actually burning along the carport side of this house. KFD crews even deployed their deck gun, a fixed water turret on the top of the fire engine, which quickly doused the flames in a total of 4 vehicles that were burning. No one was hurt. Tonight, the Kennewick Fire Department and the Benton Public Utility District, though, is urging the community to be cautious around those downed power lines.
When there are above-ground power lines that may be dropping down to an individual residence, they're coming from a power pole usually that's in a neighborhood that may be running power to multiple homes. They may still be energized, so really want to make sure that the public's aware. Folks may take certain actions during a fire, trying to move cars or other combustible materials away from a fire. If folks are taking that level of risk, we want them to understand that there is another risk that they need to be aware of as they're operating around that fire, to be aware of overhead power lines that may be at risk for dropping to the ground.
And there were a few more fires around our region this past weekend, and we have more details about those on AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Also, Washington State Patrol is reporting a spike in traffic deaths in 2023 with 810 statewide, and that's a 10% increase over 2022. We spoke to Washington State Trooper Chris Thorson, and he says approximately 50% of these collisions are caused by a driver who's impaired by alcohol and or drugs. The other key factors are speeding, not wearing seatbelts, and driving distracted. And Trooper Thorson says these days, distracted driving is impacting everyone.
It's men and it's women, it's teenagers, it's older people. We're really not seeing, one way or another. We're seeing it across the board by all genders, ages.
Getting caught at the wheel with an electronic device will cost you. Tickets start at over $100 for the first offense and go up from there. In traffic-related news in Pasco, a new roundabout will soon be under construction. The roundabout will be installed at the intersection of Court Street and Road 68 in Pasco, and the City of Pasco was given an update on the project at last night's City Council meeting. The construction bid was awarded to Richland-based Ellison Earthworks. More than 75% of the funding came from federal and state grants, and according to city officials, a study showed a roundabout was more efficient than signals at the crossing. Construction is expected to start in June and has a goal to be mostly finished before winter. The Washington State Patrol celebrated its first class of lateral troopers. 9 new troopers were commissioned in the state capitol building in Olympia yesterday afternoon, and each of those new troopers had previously served in law enforcement. Having a lateral class meant they could go through more focused training and get into the field faster. State Patrol says the next lateral class will begin in 2025. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, it's quickly becoming a concern among churchgoers across the nation. Looking ahead, what churches are doing to help their parishioners feel safe while attending services en masse. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with details after this.
It's National Care Stand Month. Why finance at another flooring store when you could get up to 75% off Care Stand's durable, luxury, in-stock carpets? This month only at Floor & Home.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $1,950 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
When it comes to your health, timing is everything. Health First Urgent Care is your reliable healthcare solution, locally owned and operated, providing care to our community. With locations in Pasco and Richland, we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No need to wait in long lines or rush to the ER for minor concerns. At Health First Urgent Care, we've got you covered with on-site x-rays and short wait times. Your health is our priority. Walk-ins are welcome. You can get the care you need when you need it. Health First Urgent Care, because your well-being comes first.
It's National Kerostan Month, when you could get up to 75% off Kerastan's durable, luxury, in-stock carpets. You dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Another terrifying moment at a church service is raising questions about security. This time, an armed teenager disrupted a First Communion Mass days after a pastor at another church had a gun pointed at him. Rhiannon Alley has this report.
This morning, churches around the country taking new steps to keep their congregations safe after several recent security scares, including a 16-year-old gunman disrupting this mass at a Louisiana church.
That this sacrament.
A live stream captured the terrifying moment Saturday at St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Abbeville. A man approaches the priest during a First Holy Communion ceremony. Moments later, people get up from their seats and look toward the back of the church as clergy crouch behind the altar.
Calm down and just get next to your child and go slowly.
While the suspect never appears in the video, the church says when he opened the back door, parishioners confronted him and called police. The church now plans to keep uniformed officers at all future masses.
In God they chose.
Days earlier, a gunman interrupted this mass in Pennsylvania, pointing a gun at the pastor. The gun jamming before the man was tackled by parishioners. That man is now charged with killing his cousin, the body found at his home nearby.
We're sitting there with my mom and they started shooting.
Back in February, a woman opened fire at Joel Osteen's megachurch in Texas. She was killed by off-duty officers. Now more churches are looking to beef up security. Some are holding regular training programs, which more people are reportedly attending. New federal funding has been approved to help increase security for places of worship. And some police forces are now training how to respond specifically to a church shooting.
And back to that incident in Louisiana, the 16-year-old suspect is now undergoing a mental health evaluation. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're no stranger to natural disasters here as we get underway with wildfire season, how you can make sure you're prepared financially. But first, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. She'll let you know how it's going to be looking for today and for the rest of the week. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's got a great swing. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching.
Hi, I'm Catherine Forner, and we love our own backyard so much, we built all of this. And we get everything we need from PAR, with Shauna's help.
Everything from design to delivery.
PAR, go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Dishwasher on the fritz, laundry,
giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's got a great swing. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Take a trip high above Cougar Bay Preserve with wetlands, meadows, trails, and more.
Family-friendly trail, so very, very beginner. There are some steep inclines, but it's moderate. It's a great place.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
1 in 5 adults admitted to having cold feet on their wedding day.
I wasn't one of those 5.
I want to get him to confess.
Next live, Chelsea Handler. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Jessica Jalor. Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are looking at mostly sunny skies in Pasco this morning out of our Dust Devils sky cam. Just a few high cirrus clouds there on the right-hand side of your screen. And the Dust Devils have returned for a new series against the Hillsboro Hops, and we'll have that forecast coming up in just a minute or so. It is a little bit colder than where we were at this time yesterday morning. Remember, we were enjoying those mild 50s and 60s. Well, we're running anywhere from 5 to about 12 degrees colder than where we were just 24 hours ago, and that puts most of us in the 40s, although there are a couple of 50s out there. 53 Connell, 52 in Tri-Cities, 54 in Walla Walla, 46 in Hermiston, 47 in Prosser, and 46 in Yakima. It was a windy day yesterday, especially across the Kittitas Valley. That will not be the case today. Wind speeds have already come down. There's a little bit of a breeze in Ellensburg and Toppenish, but these wind speeds will continue to decrease throughout the rest of the morning hours. Today, ridge of high pressure building to our south and west, so temperatures are going to be above average for this time of year. And then this high strengthens and we heat up even more as it moves a little bit closer to us. The area of high pressure will start to break down by the end of the week, but Thursday is looking like the hottest day. And then as this breaks down and shifts southward, we will see several upper level disturbances moving in after that, bringing us some cooler weather, knocking those temperatures back down to where they should be this time of year. So today, sunny, warm, not as breezy. Pretty nice, in my opinion. 82 in the Tri-Cities, 83 at Hanford, 79 Connell, 76 in Walla Walla, 82 in Hermiston, 81 degrees in Yakima. A perfect evening for the baseball game at Kisa Stadium as the Dust Devils are back in action against the Hillsboro Hops. Temperatures will be around 81 degrees at first pitch. Wind, not an issue. Winds will be light out of the southwest, and then those temperatures will be dropping into the 70s right before sunset. So a very nice evening for baseball. Very nice evening for anything outdoors, really, whether you're taking the dog for the walk or if you need to fire up the grill for dinner. Tonight, clear and chilly. We drop into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we heat it up even more, upper 80s for many of us, 88 Tri-Cities, 86 in Prosser, 88 in Toppenish, and lower 80s along the foothills of the Blues with a very light breeze tomorrow. Now, the wind will pick up on Thursday, as we really heat things up. Thursday will be the hottest day, 90 in Tri-Cities, and then we'll start to see those temperatures drop from there. A little bit more comfortable by the weekend, upper 70s, with more in the way of cloud cover. 81 today in Yakima, 87 tomorrow, 88 in Breezy on Thursday, and then look at all those 70s making a return with lows in the 40s by the end of the week and into the weekend. Walla Walla, you have another day in the 70s, and then those 80s return for you as well. Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday looking breezy. Friday looking breezy too, with more clouds and temperatures back down to where they should be for this time of year, low to middle 70s. 82 today in Hermiston, hot tomorrow and Thursday with that 90, and then we drop a good 15 degrees by Friday. We're back down into the 70s. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And in weather-related news across the world, big wildfires are forcing thousands of people to evacuate parts of Canada. Thousands in northeastern British Columbia were under evacuation orders over the weekend, and more orders could be expected. The Parker Lake fire has now spread to more than 4,000 acres, and residents were also warned to leave parts of Alberta due to a separate wildfire spanning 16,000 acres. Smoke from the flames has prompted air quality alerts across the country, and that smoke is also wafting down into parts of the U.S. And let's go back to Tiffany for just a moment. So Tiffany, what can you tell us about these fires affecting our air quality over here? Are we going to be seeing any of that in our region?
No, the air quality is going to be just fine across the states of Washington and Oregon because that smoke follows the upper level wind pattern. So I did put a couple of fire icons on here to show you where the fires are. We do have fires in British Columbia, like Jessica just mentioned, also more fires across the province of Manitoba in Canada. So these winds are flowing from northwest to southeast. That's why we did have air quality concerns in Montana over the past couple of days. Now the smoke is really concentrated across the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Iowa. In fact, Iowa has air quality alerts through the end of the day today. So the smoke will continue to impact air quality across the upper Midwest and across the northern plains throughout the day today as the fire continues to burn. So all of that smoke staying well to the east of the Columbia Basin. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. And in consumer news, a streak of severe weather has stretched 14 days with at least one tornado reported in the U.S. starting April 25th and going through last Friday. This as hurricane season begins next month, and Emily Schmitz has what you can do to prepare for damages in case you're in the path of the next storm.
This spring has brought some wild weather. The Storm Prediction Center confirmed at least 200 tornadoes over more than 2 straight weeks. Split-second damage requiring long-term recovery.
It's going to be just a lot of work to get this back in shape again.
The weather is changing. So even if you've never experienced a disaster before, you need to do some research on your area and see how likely you are to experience a disaster in the next few years.
Shannon Martin of Bankrate says these storms are a reminder to prepare for potential disaster by battening down your financial hatches, especially ahead of hurricane season, which begins June 1st.
For your insurance, you should speak with your agent and make sure to inquire about any coverage gaps. Depending on where you live, things like wind and wildfire might be excluded. Flood and earthquakes are generally always excluded from your policy. So if you don't have separate standalone policies, you might really leave yourself open for a big financial loss.
Martin says you can get your physical house in order as well. Get your roof inspected, test garage doors, seal gaps. Think about how to cover windows before the storm hits. The kind of disaster may change across the country. Great Plains tornadoes, California wildfires, Texas flooding. But a spokesperson for nonprofit industry association, the Insurance Information Institute, says last year homeowners insurance costs jumped around an average of 10 to 12% nationwide. And in some states, insurers are pulling out of more disaster-prone markets, leaving homeowners with fewer options, often at even higher costs. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
One of the biggest things to watch out for in the aftermath of a disaster is scams. Verify your insurance coverage and be skeptical of anyone promising immediate cleanup or repairs. And when in doubt, talk with someone you trust to help you check potential contractors out. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, it's been a hot topic for weeks. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, the rap battle for the century. We break down a little bit of it. I'm calling Riley in to help me talk about it. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
The back end was in the back seat. There was nothing left of the rear.
Danny was in pain, and the insurance company was giving him the runaround.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company that I didn't have. I felt very comforted. I felt like I was going to be taken care of, that I didn't have to worry about it.
The insurance company couldn't run around me, and Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Get 3.9% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 Cadillac Lyric when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Sorento gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Sorento S with all-wheel drive starts at just $40,110. Plus, get 1.9% interest for up to 48 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Visit Cougar Bay Preserve on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's time for some entertainment news. So if you've consumed any entertainment news in the past few weeks, you may have seen there's a feud going on in the rap world, a rap battle between rappers Kendrick Lamar and Drake, but there's a clear winner on the charts.
So I've been aware of it, but I have no idea what's going on.
Okay,
so break it down.
So here's what's going on right now and what's making headlines today. So Lamar's diss track called Not Like Us, it's debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. So the song is basically a takedown of Drake. He talks about how much he hates Drake and is not the only one in the top 10. So his song Euphoria, another diss track against Drake, is #3, and his song that reignited this rap feud called Like That is #6, and that's basically when it started a few months ago. He was featured on this song. It was a diss against Drake, and that's kind of what started it. So it's been going on for several weeks now. Yeah, I guess it's been a couple months now. So that's 3 Lamar songs that are above Drake's song, Family Matters, which is a diss against Kendrick, and that is #7. So Riley, whose team are you on?
Whoever's you're on, because I think that you're more educated on it. So I'm
on Team Drake, and this is my opinion. So I just feel like he was minding his own business, and then, Kendrick Lamar's song reignited this feud, and then he just, when someone's beating you up so much and keeps coming at you, you're going to have to reply. You're going to have to say something. But I've just been a fan for so long, and this is all my opinion, and there's just so much that goes into this rap battle. There's been sneak disses for years, a lot into it, and we can break it down another time when we have, an hour.
There's lore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Riley, you're Team Drake. I'm Team Drake.
There we go.
You at home, let us know what you guys think. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, so there were 3, and now it appears there's only 1. The latest update on the tale of 3 Fergusons, that's coming up in Washington political news. Also, the Deputy Secretary of the USDA makes a big announcement for the Pacific Northwest. How much will be invested to protect land in our region? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're gonna need a new bumper.
Did you say burger, guac, cheese, Santa Fe burger sauce, burger, jalapeno pepper, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, spicy cheese, burger, guac, cheese, bacon.
Need burger! Get burger.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Hi, this is Paul Wood at Woods Nursery. These are our arborvitaes for this season. We're running a special on them. They're 67 footers. They're $89.95 while they last. We've got fountains too, over 60 of them to choose from. Flowering trees. We have 5 acres of nursery stock. It's absolutely full this year. And we'd love to see you come out and join us. And we appreciate your business with over 50 years of Woods Nursery.
Whether you're looking for your next houseplant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together. Bad sleep?
The worst.
There's really no excuse for bad sleep during the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or check out the Summit Easy on the Wallet for only $299.99. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Drugs like Ozempic. So many people are using them or want to use them. If you're on these drugs, what should you eat to get the protein you need? How can they help with your heart health? And what's the best plan after hitting your goal weight? This week, GMA with the science behind it all for you.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
The El Diablo Burger is back at Carl's Jr. Habanero, jalapeno poppers, bacon. Give in to your devilish desires.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I figured El Diablo is back for eternity. Only at Carl's Jr.
Big burger! Good burger.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Right now in Good Morning Northwest, Attorney General Bob Ferguson calls out a political rival in the race for governor. An update to the tale of the three Fergusons. And the Deputy Secretary of the USDA makes a big announcement for the Pacific Northwest, how much will be invested to protect land in our region and exactly what will be protected. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 6:30 on Tuesday, May 14th. We'll check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what are we seeing as we're just waking up this morning?
Lots of sunshine, Jessica. That should put you in a good mood on this Tuesday as you're getting up, getting ready to head off to work. Temperatures are a little bit on the chilly side compared to where we were 24 hours ago, but we will warm up nicely this afternoon. So this is what it looks like out of our Dust Devils Skycam in Pasco, and things will be heating up at Giza Stadium tonight as these Dust Devils are back with their new series against the Hillsboro Hop. So best of luck to them, and the weather's looking great if you're going there for the game. We're at 52 in the Tri-Cities right now, 54 in Walla Walla, 51 in Dayton, 46 in Hermiston, 48 in Prosser, and 46 degrees in Yakima. So as the kids are getting ready to head to school, they may need that light sweatshirt or the light jacket. Temperatures around 60 degrees at drop-off, middle 70s for recess, then 80 degrees as they're heading home. So they'll probably want to stay outdoors for a little bit, or it'll be a great day if you want to take the kids to a local park. We are going to heat up, and temperatures could top 90 degrees once again. We'll let you know when we could see those 90s coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And the Deputy Secretary of the USDA announces yesterday an investment of more than $154 million to conserve 168,000 acres of private forest lands across the country. Our own Emily Goodell tells us one of the 26 projects focuses on Cle Elum Ridge in Kittitas County.
This project will expand on the work that local agencies have been doing for years to protect areas of Cle Elum Ridge from being turned into vacation homes and resorts. When people started buying up land for residential developments, the Nature Conservancy and Central Cascades Forest LLC stepped up to protect 9,700 acres of land on Cle Elum Ridge, adjacent to the Teanaway Community Forest. Now, the state finally has the money to buy that land.
The total funding is $15.3 million. Investments from President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, as well as the Land and Water Conservation Fund.
Plus $5.6 $1.7 million in state matching funds.
An investment like this also helps protect as there are development pressures, making sure that this true resource gets to stay in this community for generations to come.
The money also earmarked for conservation efforts.
Working closely in collaboration with the Nature Conservancy as well as Yakima Nation and of course the Department of Natural Resources here in Washington State.
Making areas at risk for catastrophic wildfire more resilient.
By managing these forests, thinning them, bringing out the underbrush, doing prescribed fire, we not only preserve the forest, we preserve all of the ecosystems. Those trees cool the water, and if we lose the trees, we lose habitat for endangered species. So it all comes together.
We have more information about that project on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Reporting in Cle Elum, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And the Deputy Secretary of the USDA is set to visit Yakima, where she's expected to talk about how the Biden administration is working on creating new markets for renewable wood energy and related products. And Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson is running for governor, but on Friday, hours before the deadline, 2 additional candidates, both named Bob Ferguson, filed to run for governor as well. In the governor's race, only the top 2 candidates advance past the August primary, which means it's not necessarily guaranteed to be 1 Democrat and 1 Republican. If there are 3 people with the same name on the ballot, that could make it easier to accidentally vote for someone you didn't mean to. The Attorney General called the move an illegal scheme.
I want to be very clear. This is not an attack on me. It's an attack on our election system. It's an attack on our democracy. It's an attack on the people of the state of Washington to have a clear choice and to know who they're voting for.
The Bob Fergusons, one from Yakima and one from Graham, have since withdrawn from the governor's race as of last night. The primary is set for August 6th. An Oregon man's submission to the Morrow County clerk ends up being recall petitions for all 3 of the county's commissioners. Stuart Dick filed a recall petition on February 15th for each one of the 3 county commissioners, David Sykes, Jeff Wenholz, and Roy Drago Jr., and to initiate a countywide recall vote, Dick had to collect at least 613 valid signatures per petition, and he ended up gathering more than 700 for each of the commissioners. The county clerk now has 30 days to verify the signatures. The recall vote must take place no more than 40 days after the signature validation. And Dick says the recall came about due to ongoing issues within the county that could not be resolved through meetings. And Governor Inslee got an update on the Climate Commitment Act, which some opponents blame for contributing to higher gas prices. The Climate Commitment Act requires large companies to either cut their carbon emissions or pay for carbon credits sold at auction. Governor Inslee said yesterday he wants to make sure people remember the original goal of the law.
The fundamental purpose of this Climate Commitment Act is to reduce pollution, because it is pollution that is getting into our kids' lungs and causing asthma. It is pollution that is contributing to climate change. It is pollution that is accelerating the rates of forest fires that are clogging our kids' lungs. And the reason I say that is I think because this has an investment component to the plan, the fact that it has a cap, the fact that it has a limit, the fact that it has a restriction on the amount of pollution has been largely forgotten by a lot of folks.
A push to repeal the law is expected on ballots statewide coming up in November. Initiative 2117 would repeal the law and stop state agencies from creating carbon tax credit rules in the future. And in business news that's new this morning, the dating app Bumble says it's removing ads that suggest users stop being celibate. It tells Forbes the ads were in response to frustrations about dating, but will now take them out of its marketing campaign. The ads seem to be aimed at women and say things like, quote, "Thou shalt not give up on dating and become a nun." And some critics argue that messaging contradicts Bumble's origin as a dating app that was supposed to put women in control. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, she's been a staple in the Walla Walla world of dance, and she's preparing for her final act. Our Riley Fitzgerald brings us the story of a life filled with teaching her passion to thousands of students and how they'll help her cap it all.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1. Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Murray Gaston Wine Bar.
You're going to Hollywood.
Watch Sunday at 5 and 8 on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
Spring is my favorite time of year. I love when I can finally bring my garden back to life. Having a healthy and thriving garden is just one of those little things that brings me so much joy. A reliable truck that can handle my to-do list is essential, and it really does make the job easier. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
Welcome to the revolution. Take a trip high above Cougar Bay Preserve with wetlands, meadows, trails, and more.
Family-friendly trail, so very, very beginner. There are some steep inclines, but it's moderate. It's a great place.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
1 in 5 adults admitted to having cold feet on their wedding day.
I wasn't one of those 5.
I want to get him to confess.
Next live, Chelsea Handler.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Check this out. So a dance teacher in Walla Walla is celebrating her retirement in no better way than with a ballet. Riley Fitzgerald joins us live this morning with the beloved teacher's next steps. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Jessica. Ida Lee Hudson Fish has been a staple in Walla Walla since 1976, owning a dance studio for nearly 5 decades, taking dancers on tours to Italy and teaching dance at Whitman College. Ida Lee is pulling her legacy into a full circle, passing the studio to the Walla Walla Summer Theater, the reason she came to the community all those years ago as she prepares to retire.
I'm doing this big, huge musical theater piece in a place called Walla Walla, and I need you. And this was Friday morning, and he says, and you have till 5 o'clock Friday night to tell me yes, because you have to be here on Monday.
Hudson Fish packed up her things and crossed from the west side of the state to small-town Walla Walla. Not a year later, she set up shop, the Dance Center of Walla Walla.
It didn't matter if they did a perfect pirouette to me. If they did a pirouette and loved it, that was what was important.
The Walla Walla Summer Theater is planning to carry forward her legacy and keep arts in the upstairs studio on the corner of Alder and Colville in downtown Walla Walla. Taking over the space means the ability to accommodate larger class enrollments and give more opportunities to students for the Walla Walla Summer Theater.
Our space right now is like a 250 square foot studio below this room, and we've been at capacity with that space in a very short amount of time. And I think I mentioned to Ida Lee maybe 6 months ago, you know, if you ever decide that you want to move on from the space, please let me know because we could really use it. I didn't know how quickly that turnaround would come.
The journey for the Walla Walla Summer Theater initially began with the revitalization of the amphitheater at Fort Walla Walla Park.
And it was really laying fallow, just rotting, really. And the weeds were overgrown. It was like a jungle out there. And that made me sad because I got my first experience, and really the experience that I had out there changed my life and led me on to graduating from NYU, living in New York, having a career. And I felt just disappointed that so many kids in that interim time hadn't been given the chance to discover that.
Decades worth of students have been impacted by Ida Lee's dance school, like Tyson Cupp, the executive artistic director with the Walla Walla Summer Theater. The two are now working to transition the studio from the Dance Center of Walla Walla into the new facility for the Walla Walla Summer Theater. As for The Last Bow, Ida Lee's last performance, it will be an evening of excerpts and moments from her greatest hits, performed by current and former students.
And in the end, the big finale, I'm having all of these alum come up on the stage with us, and it'll be the big bolero music and this big finale, and everybody will be doing the steps, and then at the end of it, everybody does a turn and then collapses to the floor. And when they all collapse to the floor, and it's my final bow.
Ida Lee Hudson Fish happens June 1st at 7 p.m. at Cordner Hall on the Whitman College campus. Find tickets at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Walla Walla Summer Theater will assume the space on July 1st. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley, and it certainly sounds like a good show to watch. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, meteorologist
From
Tiffany
Apple Valley
Savone
News
will have
Now.
your first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. That'll be in just a few minutes.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Welcome to Premier Woodworks, your premier source for custom cabinetry and full-service interior design. Our custom designs are brought to life with 3D images to help you visualize the final result. Our high-quality cabinetry is crafted with care and attention to detail. From kitchen and bath design to remodel project management, we're here to make your dream space a reality. Premier Woodworks, located at 109 North Washington Street in Kennewick.
When it comes to your health, timing is everything. Health First Urgent Care is your reliable healthcare solution, locally owned and operated, providing care to our community. With locations in Pasco and Richland, we're open 7 days a week, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No need to wait in long lines or rush to the ER for minor concerns. At Health First Urgent Care, we've got you covered with on-site x-rays and short wait times. Your health is our priority. Walk-ins are welcome. You can get the care you need when you need it. Health First Urgent Care, because your well-being comes first.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market.
What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Start with great offers on Ford Escape, Explorer, Mustang Mach-E, and Expedition. And experience Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving. Available on select vehicles. It's Ford SUV season. Let's get going. Get 0% APR for 72 months and $3,000 FlexBuy cash on an Escape, or up to $3,000 cash on a Mustang Mach-E. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Since the weather is quiet and we just got done with Mother's Day, let's look at some of the upcoming holidays over the next month or two. Memorial Day, only 13 days, so a little under 2 weeks until the unofficial start of summer. 33 days until Father's Day. Now, I didn't put the end of school, which is anywhere from 25 to 30 days away, since that date fluctuates depending on the school district. But I know the countdown is on for the students and for the teachers. I have plenty of teacher friends and they're looking forward to it as well. 37 days until summer officially begins, but it felt like summer this past weekend, and it's going to feel like summer over the next couple of days here across the Columbia Basin. 51 days until the 4th of July. And it's looking more like summertime as we look outside of our Dust Devil Skycam in Pasco. A beautiful start to your morning. Look at that clear blue sky, and the Dust Devils will be back at home starting today against the Hillsboro Hops, and it's going to be a great evening for baseball. I'll show you that forecast in just a minute. We are a little bit cooler compared to where we were at this time 24 hours ago. Temperatures running anywhere from 2 to about 12 degrees colder than where we were yesterday, and that puts us in the 40s and 50s. 52 in Tri-Cities, 55 at Hanford, 53 Connell, 46 in Yakima, 46 in Hermiston, 54 Walla Walla, and 50 degrees in Pendleton. Now, the wind speeds have certainly come down since yesterday as well, so it's not going to be nearly as breezy as it was. In fact, winds will be pretty light out of the southwest today, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Ridge of high pressure will start to build in from the south and west as all the active weather stays off to our east. Now, tomorrow we're going to heat up even more as that area of high pressure gets closer to us. And then Thursday is looking like the hottest day before that high starts to shift southward and break down. That will allow some upper level disturbances to sneak in from the north and west. That's going to cool us down, but it's not going to bring us any rain. We're looking dry for at least the next 7 days. Today, sunny, warm, not as breezy, 82 in the Tri-Cities, 76 Walla Walla, 83 at Hanford, 82 Toppenish, and 81 in Yakima. So a pretty nice day, at least in my opinion. If you are going to Giza Stadium this evening to watch the Dust Devils take on the Hillsboro Hops, does it get any better than this for baseball? Lower 80s, plenty of sunshine, light winds, and once the sun sets, temperatures will be dropping into the middle 70s. Now tonight, we're looking at clear and chilly conditions again. Temperatures fall into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Tomorrow, heating it up even more. How about upper 80s, getting close to that 90, 88 Tri-Cities at Hanford, 87 in Yakima, 88 Toppenish and Hermiston, and lower 80s along the foothills of the Blues. 7-day forecast showing that Thursday will likely be the hottest day. We're putting 90 for the Tri-Cities, breezy too, and then we see that temperature drop a good bit, lower 80s on Friday, and then feeling more like it should in the middle of the May by the weekend. 81 today in Yakima, 87 tomorrow, 88 Thursday and breezy, and then we'll drop it into the middle 70s. Pretty comfortable this weekend, at least not nearly as hot as last weekend. Walla Walla 76, plenty of sun, 82 tomorrow, 86 breezy on Thursday, and then the 70s are back for an extended stretch. Hermiston 82, getting close to 90 tomorrow. We'll put it at 90 on Thursday, and then we'll see some relief with temperatures falling into the 70s. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the morning sprint, but first, here's a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look.
These girls need to be able to speak. They need to tell their own story, because it's not right that they are silenced for the rest of their life.
For the first time since their resignations, the mothers of Miss USA Noelia Voigt and Miss Teen USA Uma Sofia Srivastava speaking out about what prompted their daughters to give up their crowns they'd worked so hard for. The beauty queens alleging a very ugly work environment that turned toxic, but they're bound by contracts which include confidentiality clauses.
If your daughters were sitting here without an NDA, what would they say?
They will.
The job of their dreams turned out to be a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our ABC News exclusive interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they'd talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We'll get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Starting off, the Grant County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened last night. Authorities say the report came in after 7:30 p.m. They say a person was shot at a home on the 16,000 block of Stratford Road, just north of Moses Lake, and the person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Authorities say one person was arrested at the home. And the fire that continues to smolder at the Lineage cold storage warehouse has flared up again, sending fire crews there to monitor it overnight and into this morning. Crews with Walla Walla County Fire District 5 responded with a water tender to help crews, and they worked to put out the hot spots they could reach without compromising safety. A new roundabout will be soon under construction in Pasco. The roundabout will be installed at the intersection of Court Street and Road 68 in Pasco. More than 75% of the funding came from federal and state grants. City officials say a study showed a roundabout was more efficient than signals at a crossing, and construction is expected to start in June. The tale of three Fergusons in the race for Washington's governor on the Democratic ticket has come to an end. Attorney General Bob Ferguson sent a cease and desist letters to two other Bob Fergusons, one of these from Yakima, to withdraw from the race or face legal action. As of this morning, both have withdrawn, and you can read the full story on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And an Oregon man has collected more than 700 signatures to initiate a county-wide recall vote for its 3 commissioners. Stuart Dick needs only 613 ballot signatures for each candidate. Now the county clerk will need to validate each signature, and if that goes through, a recall of the county commissioners could come up to 40 days from there.
Good morning. Wall-to-wall sunshine out of our Dust Devil Skycam in Pasco, and this will be a busy scene later on this evening as the Dust Devils will be taking on the Hillsboro Hops. Temperatures right now are in the 50s, and we do have a couple of 40s, but these numbers are updating now with the help of that sunshine. 57 in Tri-Cities, 53 Connell, 55 at Hanford, 46 in Yakima, and 50 degrees in Pendleton. So today, warming up into the lower 80s, very similar to what we saw yesterday as far as temperatures go, but it's not going to be nearly as breezy. Winds will only be out of the south and west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear and chilly. We drop back down into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. And tomorrow we heat it up even more, 88 degrees under a mostly sunny sky. Thursday looks like the hottest day out of the next 7. The breeze kicks up as well, 90 degrees. And then we'll cool things down as that high breaks down. We drop into the 70s by the weekend. Yakima 81 today, upper 80s rather, the Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll see more 70s by the weekend. Walla Walla 70s today, 80s return for 2 days before we cool back down into the low middle 70s. A few more clouds this weekend. Hermiston 82 today, 88 tomorrow, 90 Thursday, but then definitely feeling more comfortable and pleasant by the weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany, and thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. Your local news is back tonight at 5, and you can always find the latest updates on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.